Hello and welcome to episode 371 of the Daily Sales Message Podcast, where every single day I share a piece of simple and actionable advice that's designed to help you feel more confident and sell more stuff too. If you're new around here, my name is James Newell. I teach people how to sell for a living. For me, it comes in two very distinct components and in this order. First of all, you need to have a clear sales message. You have to be able to articulate and explain very clearly what it is that you do and you offer so people understand it. Sounds flippant, but very important. And then secondly, you need selling confidence, the ability to be relaxed and comfortable and confident in a selling situation. Now, in today's episode, the first episode with a prop, I'll have you know. So 371 episodes in, I now have a prop. It's not actually the right prop for the job, but do forgive me. And if you're listening on Spotify, I'll explain to you what I'm doing, and you'll just have to use your amazing imagination. But if you imagine, so I'm holding a piece of paper here, A4 paper that's folded in half. Imagine this is a newspaper, and you can see here, this is the newspaper on the stand. So this is where the headlines will be. This is what you can read. And then when you unfold it and you extend it, you can see everything here. This is above the fold. This is below the fold. Above the fold, below the fold. Most people see a newspaper like that. The reason this is important is most people will see a website like that. So move that into shot. Most people will see a website like this. They won't necessarily see below the fold because that takes scrolling for them to get to. And as crazy as it sounds, a lot of people never scroll down on your website. They will only see the initial things that are there on the homepage without them moving away or navigating away. That has to be the most compelling, important stuff on your website. So this notion of above the fold, think about what appears on your website and on mobile as well as on desktop. What do people see without scrolling? Is it good enough to educate them, intrigue them, get them to buy whatever? Or is it boring, lacking in something, confusing in some way? Because if what you have above the fold doesn't do the job it's supposed to do, they're probably going to bounce. And they're probably going to leave and go somewhere else. It's a bit like if you see a newspaper, the main headline at the top, that's what they're trying to snare you in with before you then look at the rest of the newspaper. It's a very similar principle here. So that's your task for today. Have a look at your website above the fold in quotation fingers. So before you scroll anywhere or do anything, what can you see? Does it work for you? If it doesn't, you need to make it more exciting, more compelling, more intriguing. Think of it like the headline of a newspaper. We're trying to suck people in, get them interested, so then they look at the rest of what you're talking about. Right, that's it for this prop-related edition of the Daily Sales Message Book. I don't know why I'm so pleased with myself using a piece of paper, but there we go. Tomorrow in episode 372, it's a closing method, a conversion method I use an awful lot, and it works extremely well because it puts the buyer where they want to be, which is firmly in control, and it's how I like to do it. I'll explain that in tomorrow's episode. In the meantime, if you haven't already, please hit the like or subscribe or share button or comment or whatever. Interact in some way. It helps us to reach more people with our practical free sales tips, advice and structures and props. I'll catch you tomorrow. That's it for this episode. As I ruin the outro there, that's it for this episode. Thank you for listening and watching all the way to the end. I'll catch you tomorrow for another well-polished and highly edited edition of the Daily Sales Message.